I'm sure you're probably thinking right now, what is sex addiction? And is that even a real thing? One of the things that is important to pay attention to when you're talking in terms of sex or pornography addiction is how much time you're spending engaging in those said behaviors and an increase in frequency over time. With sex addiction, particularly, there's not many people watching you and that can notice how bad the addiction can actually get. So, for example, like an alcoholic, you would increase drinking and your family may notice. However, with sex or a pornography addiction, there's not going to be many people that really notice what's going on, and you can hide it relatively well. There is another facet to this in that there is a lot of shame and guilt wrapped up in your behaviors. So there's a very gray area in here because not all sex is bad, not all sexual behavior is bad. There's a big variation in beliefs and values and different things like that. So all of those things come into play. However, if what you're engaging in as far as a behavior goes against what your value system is, then that is one of the indicators that may alert you to say, okay, well, I have a problem here and I may need to get some professional help. I often see a lot of times people that come in my office and they may struggle with a specific behavior, but just be really afraid to talk about it. And one of the things I want to say is that, just because I may be a sex addiction therapist doesn't mean that I'm going to automatically diagnose you with a sexual addiction if you come see me for any sexual problems. I want to work with people to get them to a place where they can be comfortable with who they are, and also decrease some of the symptoms and behaviors that they really find to be a hindrance on their life. I'm not going to work with you and say that you can never have sex again or it's never going to be fun and exciting. All of those things come into play whenever we're in the therapeutic process, and we do talk about a lot of different facets of all of that. The thing that separates a lot of addicts from non-addicts is just this hiding behavior. You just live in this secret lifestyle almost of engaging in these behaviors, and you've done them for so long. There's a huge identity struggle within that. A lot of the work in therapy up front is just breaking through the denial. What I mean by that is many people just aren't aware of how serious the problem is. And once we start digging deeper in therapy, you realize that, okay, this may be more of a serious issue than what I originally thought. As we move forward in the therapeutic process, we work on many different factors such as, financial problems caused by addiction and family issues. There's a lot of different family dynamics and factors that come into play here, and it does often involve working with spouses and also additional family members if necessary. Another factor that comes into play when talking about addiction is the increase in intensity over time. And what I mean by that is a lot of times people will start with pornography and they may look at more of the softer version of porn, and then that goes to the hardcore, and then that goes to acting out, and then that goes to seeking prostitutes, and then you wake up one day and just realize that this has completely ruled your life and you really question who you are as a person. I want to say for anybody struggling with a sexual or pornography addiction, don't wait and get the help that you need. Chances are you should have made an appointment with a certified sex addiction therapist 2 years ago or longer, however long you've been struggling with this. A lot of times, by the time you get to this point, there's been a lot of behavior that's been established that needs to be modified, that needs to be changed. There's been a lot of consequences within the family that has caused just complete devastation. The longer you wait and the longer you continue to engage in just the denial of how bad the problem is, the longer it's going to take you to really find peace and healing in your life. So if you need help, please give me a call. I would love to make an appointment with you to see if this is something that would even be a good fit. Remember, not everybody is a sex addict, but for sexual issues that need to be worked on, or for anybody that thinks, hey, maybe I am struggling with an addiction to this. This is something that I just feel out of control and I just cannot keep control over myself when it comes to sex, make an appointment, schedule a consultation. I would love to work with you or even just talk to you to see if this is something that would be a good fit.